So when I learned about Bitcoin, I did what everyone else does and did a little study. You hear about this person, guy who once self-identified as a guy, Satoshi Nakamoto. When I put Satoshi Nakamoto into Google, Intelligence Central came up. Satoshi means smart and Nakamoto is the last name of groups of people from Japan's central areas. Mike, Intelligence Central sounds a lot like the CIA, a lot like it. Okay, so what if this was made by the NSA, the CIA, or someone else? Mark Yusko is a famous hedge fund manager and Bitcoin fan. He thinks that even if these claims are true, Bitcoin will not be affected by the maker's plans for the endgame. In a recent interview, Yusko said that the NSA might be behind Bitcoin because the powerful people knew that the dollar was going to fail soon and wanted a replacement that they could still control. Yusko agrees that Bitcoin does not have a backdoor, but he is not sure if this is true for other cryptocurrencies that are controlled by a single group. We will show you clips from the interview where Yusko talks about how the current financial system is doomed, how Bitcoin came to be, and what will happen in the end. What if this was made by the NSA, the CIA, or someone else? And 2 years ago, in 2007, Nakoshi Sakamoto wrote a study that was paid for by the NSA. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but it's just a homonym. It's a real person. He was in charge of encryption for NTT in Japan. It's mostly about a peer-to-peer method. That's not normal. It's possible that the NSA made this because they knew the dollar was going away. How did they know that? Well, we broke away from our parent company in the UK in 1776, when the Republic was founded, and opened this little shop in the US. A dollar was worth $1 from 1776 to 1913. It changed a little during the Great Depression and the war, but it was still worth $1. It didn't cost much to live because there was no national bank, and we copied the Bank of England in 1913. The Bank of England had copied the Dutch National Bank, right? In 1607, the Dutch National Bank was the first central bank. This helps to explain in part how the Netherlands, which is about the size of Ohio, beat the Spanish Armada. Think about that. The world's reserve currency was in Portugal, which was also the world's most powerful country. But Spain took them over. Then, little Netherlands takes over Spain. Because they printed money out of thin air to pay for the private army. When they get too busy, they send people from all over the world to settle down. Napoleon then comes in and beats them. The French take over for a while. Then some Rothschild family members came to the UK and opened the Bank of England. The Bank of England then gave money to build steamships. After that, they took over from France. Okay, so after leaving the UK, we set up this thing. Well, the UK attacked Mesopotamia in 1913, which was also the year the Federal Reserve was established. They ran up a lot of debt, and the pound sterling began to fall apart. And over the next 31 years, the US, which was a little outsider and came out of nowhere, took over. The British Empire was always there. The pound sterling was the most important money in the world. It had the most power. I mean, we went nuclear. We also set up the world's main currency. The US has been in charge since 1944, mostly because of its strong navy. All of that is interesting because the central bank runs everything. How do they do that then? To do this, they keep the value of the coin low. Again, taking the money and putting it at the top of the stack. Someone or some people were moved by how close things came to falling apart in 2007 and 2008, which led central banks to print a lot of money. Then, they took the chance to show the world something they'd been working on for years or even decades because they thought the crisis had taught many people enough about the trust system, which is how Yusko likes to describe the old banking system. The NSA or CIA don't have to be it. No one needs to be told that our financial system is falling apart. Just look at how much value paper currencies have lost in the last 50 years. Let's go back to the talk with Yusko. What I wanted to say about Satoshi Nakamoto, and then I'll answer the second part. I thought, wait a minute, if the government realized that the only way out is to devalue the currency, they would destroy the dollar the same way every other republic has destroyed its currency when it got too far in debt. If you look at the history of empires, you'll see that this is how they all fail. They take on too much debt, and their currency falls in value. If that's true, they get everyone to trade their cash for Bitcoin and then steal it all through the back door. What if it's real? We're very lucky. This guy named Scott Stornetta is one of our business partners at Morgan Creek Digital. Scott Stornetta and his partner Stuart Haber came up with the word blockchain in 1991. He's in the Bitcoin white paper 3 times. 8 notes are in the footer. There are 3 of them. He knows a lot about tech stuff. If I asked him, have you thought about this? He replied, well, about that, that's an interesting idea. Not at all. That quick, Ben. No, he said. What do you mean? He replies, well, it's possible that the NSA was the one who made it. I mean, it's possible. The creator goes by a fake name, and no one knows who he is. But okay, it's possible. Because of the air gap, Bitcoin doesn't have a back door that works the way you think it does. He said that could have a back door now that Ethereum is around. It sounds like well, that's another day's subject. That's why the government can't take Bitcoin. It's spread out, right? They would have to break into 51% of the computer at the same time. It's not possible for the government to do it. Can they make it against the law? Is it possible for them to make an order like 1933? Also, this is funny. With Executive Order 6102 and 4533, they pretty much make gold illegal. If you type in Satoshi Nakamoto's birthday, you'll get 4575. The number 45 refers to Executive Order 6102, and the number 75 is the year that it was amended to make gold legal again. A little crazy. If Satoshi were the government, they couldn't take it all. Then why would they do it? They might do it because they know the dollar is going to fail and this system would work better. Having that big wallet could give them power, and they could move it when it was worth many billions of dollars. Can they make it against the law? They could try, but they won't be able to take it from you. That is, really, right? They could take it if you keep it at Coinbase or a central location like mt.gox. There are rules about that. They would have to have a good reason for taking your assets from your stock account if they did that. But the government can make up reasons for things. In other words, they took the Russian property without a reason. Okay, but what if you keep it on a ledger drive and store it in cold storage? Then I'll come to your house and ask for your seed line. I forgot about it though. You can shoot yourself or your child in the head with a gun. Are they going to show up at your house with a gun and threaten your family? I don't believe that. Anything is possible in the world of Mad Max though. Because it's not controlled, it's very safe and secure from that point of view. This is the end of today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more news, analysis, and views from the world of cryptocurrencies. Tell us what you think in the space below. Please like this movie and subscribe to our channel to see more fun videos.